クインシー・レツト・シティールという名で。
For in the eyes of any twisted and barbaric Shinigami, to face the ultimate enforcers of all that is holy and righteous must be an abhorrent and terrifying sight indeed. Quilge Opie in March of the Star-Cross. Quilge Opie, Kiruge Opī, is the executive hunting captain tōkatsu shuryō taichō of the first Jagdarmee of the Wandenreich. He is also a member of the Sternritter with the designation J, the jail, and is known as Quilge Opie of the jail. The Sternritter, German for Star Knights, Japanese for Star-Crossed Knight Band Order, are a specific group of powerful Quincy in the Wandenreich's army who play a pivotal role in the invasion of Soul Society, being tasked with purging the Shinigami. Quilge's head is largely shaved, with a crop of black hair on top. He has round spectacles that feature an inbuilt two-way radio in their frame, allowing him to maintain contact with the Wandenreich's base of operations even while located within Huko Mundo. He wears a variant of the typical Wandenreich uniform with white trousers, black boots, and a white top fastened by a black belt with decorative buckle. He also wears a short white cape and a white hat with a black peak and gold trimming. Quilge has a strongly authoritative personality, as shown through his command to the subjugated Arrancar to kneel in front of him. As noted by his subordinates, Quilge often acts in a barbarous manner when individuals do not understand the true meaning of his words. He is also critical of the actions of his subordinates, namely when they took a long time to realize that he had been attacked by Loli and Menoli, and killing one of them for attempting to flee from battle. Despite his casual nature, Quilge is shown as particularly unforgiving to those who show any signs of resistance. He is also highly arrogant, namely when he disparages Aizen's choice of underlings in the Espada. The 1000-year Blood War arc. At the Jagdarmee camp in Huko Mundo, Quilge looks on as the captives are lined up, ready for selection. After one of his subordinates tells him something, Quilge stands up and calls for the attention of his captives. He explains that they will hold a selection tournament to decide which of the captives' lives, which involves him killing them one after another. If they wish to live, they are to kneel and lick his boots. He stabs an Arrancar that speaks up, telling them all that they will have to undergo a further admission test after selection. He is attacked by two of the captives and complains about how long it takes his subordinates to show concern for him. Quilge states that their swords were supposed to have been taken. Loli Ivarn and Menoli Malia cast off their cloaks and introduce themselves, before being swiftly put down by Quilge, who breaks Menoli's sword in the process. He tells his subordinates to beat them, but not kill them, as His Majesty wishes to collect idiots with guts. As he talks about the quality of Aizen's Arrancar, including Harabel, he is attacked by Emilu Apache, Francesca Mela Rose, and San Song Sun. As Mela Rose and Apache argue, Song Sun challenges Quilge and his unit by herself, referring to her comrades as monkeys. When his unit is defeated, Quilge offers them all the chance to surrender, insisting that they could work with Harabel again in their service, something they should enjoy doing. His offer serves to anger the Arrancar, who advise him not to underestimate their capabilities. Upon their decision, Quilge states that it is such a pity to have to fight them. When Ichigo Kurosaki arrives, he has defeated the three Arrancar, standing over their incapacitated forms as he shows interest in the arrival of a Shinigami. Quilge states that they had been told about the Ichigo, and that he should be dealt with quickly. As Ichigo realizes that his opponents are Quincy, Quilge confirms his suspicion and draws his blade. As they fight, Ichigo surprises Quilge by sending one of his own Heilig Fail back at him. After Ichigo counters more arrows with a Getsuga Tensho, Quilge comments upon the ineffectiveness of his arrows in dealing with Ichigo, and is surprised when Ichigo states Yuryu Ishida's arrows are weaker than his. Refusing to divulge any more information to Ichigo, he, receiving an order from Yuach to finish him off immediately, uses Quincy, Volständig. As he emerges in a new angelic form, Quilge tells Ichigo that he will teach him the true power of this form. Quilge commences his attack on Ichigo, claiming that he will be the one to punish him.
あなたもこの力について耳にしたことくらいはあるはずです。
He notices Ichigo observing his Let's Still and tells him that it is different, claiming that the Let's Still Ichigo knows of is too weak and a concept that died out 200 years ago. He explains that Soken Ishida held on to the old Let's Still, but that it is as different from Volständig as heaven and earth. Ichigo cuts him off, saying that he doesn't care about the past, and that he gets that Volständig is different from Yuryu's powers. He then calls Quilge's form disgusting, and unleashes a Getsuga Tensho on him. Quilge survives, telling Ichigo he should aim before slashing, and that he has no weak points. He then declares that his form should look terrifying to a treacherous Shinigami, and begins absorbing the reishi from the area around him, including Orihime-no's Tanten Keshan. However, before he can attack, his attack is shattered from behind. When he looks to see who it is, he sees Sunsung Myla Rose and Apache rising from the sand, having summoned Ayon. Under the orders of the three Arrancar, Ayon attacks Quilge mercilessly. Ayon eventually beats Quilge to the point where the chimeric beast breaks his neck. As soon as his body lands outside of Ayon's reach, Sung Sun, Myla Rose, and Apache approach him, with the latter commenting that they may have let Ayon beat him too much. Apache compliments Quilge on his durability, surprised that Quilge's body is still whole. Quilge unexpectedly stabs her in the chest, commenting that his superiors didn't warn him about Ayon's level of power. Quilge begins to stand up and snaps his neck back into place, noting that he will have to advise his leader to adjust the strength of the Wandenreich's blood. But before he does so, he will have to kill everyone who has stepped up to oppose him. He then uses his Sklaverei technique, allowing him to literally strip away the reishi components that make up Ayon's spiritual body and grafting his body parts onto him. The Tres Bestia retreat with Saiyan Songsun, using her ability Muda to hide her comrades, Yasutora Seido, Orihime Inu, and Neliel Tuodelschwank. The power proves to be ineffective against Quilge, and he attacks the two Arrancar. He then sets his sights on Chad and Orihime, and begins attempting to absorb them as well before he is attacked by Ichigo. Quilge attempts to steal Ichigo's Bankai, but is unable to do so. As Quilge struggles to cope with Ichigo's power and speed, Ichigo asks him why he and Asgyaro Eburn wanted to seal his Bankai. Quilge declines to answer and instead mentally notes the difficulties he is having. As he refutes Ichigo's claim that the Quincy Fear Bankai Kisuk Urahara fires an energy blast, which seriously wounds him.